Hard at it. Few the proud.
So, Coach,
I really think it's wrong that Mark locked you guys out this week.
Oh, it was him, not you.
Nothing to do with it.
Oh. You had us all.
Huh?
Don't you outrank him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think. I think I do, but I don't know if he knows that. He tries to tell me what to say and all that kind of stuff. You know that, right?
Now we do.
So, Coach, I know there's so much emphasis on the running game for Arizona with Kadeem Carey, but what do you see from their passing game? Last week, they definitely had a good showing against Oregon.
Well, it's all run pass. I mean, it's all off the run game. The key. I think that they. He's the best back. He's the best player we've played against all year long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's really a special player. So, I mean, you can't spend all your time worrying about that. You better stop the run game. And obviously, they're a run, play, action, pass team. So a lot of those passes are coming off the read zone action and all that. So they're a heck of an offensive football team, putting up a lot of yards. And obviously, we got a challenge. But our deal's about our whole deal. This deal. What I talk to our players about is winning a championship. And this is a big game for us because this is the Territorial Cup, and this is the most important trophy that we possess. And so that's big enough in itself. But home field advantage is another huge thing in this thing. We got to figure out a way to play. And obviously, we've got to go and take it and be prepared. And that's what I talk to the guys about communicating, making sure that we don't beat ourselves, turning the football over. Obviously, we got to win special teams is going to be key in this game because field position is going to get big. We got to give them a long field and not give them short fields for that kind of. He's tough to stop. You want to make sure he's got the whole length of the field to go to do that. So it's a challenge, but it's a challenge every week. I mean, it's nothing different.
As far as your rushing defense go, how big was it to do what you guys did against Washington, just to kind of build confidence, show you guys can do it, that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we've done it. We've been solid. I mean, I told you earlier in the year, I thought it was, some inexperienced things that were happening, alignment errors, issues, and mostly perimeter run. I've not once been displeased with our inside run game, run defense this year. We played Stanford. I thought we held up well. It was the perimeter and that was due to misalignments and things like that. So, but yeah, that gave us. I think the Washington game, Doug, was the game that I came out of that game. Remember, I don't know if you remember, it kind of just felt different. It just felt different. I could tell the kids were looking like, yeah, maybe he does know what he's talking about. Maybe we're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like. One of the things I think there's great power in what you speak out your mouth, and that's why when he come here, I walked in the door. I said, "Hey, we're about winning championships," and you say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if you're good enough to have some things go your way and train well enough, and then you start winning, then that's when the buy-in occurs. And I think in that game we just garnished a lot of confidence as a defensive team because of playing the #1 rusher in the country and shutting him down like that was big. So. Our guys we have a lot of confidence right now as a football team, and what we're talking about doing is every day walk out here and walk, talk, speak champions. We want to be the Pac-12 champions, and obviously in front of us is Arizona this weekend, the Territorial Cup. Most significant thing to our fans and to us is winning this game, period. That's enough in itself, but also it does carry some big weight as far as hosting that championship game, because that's a major advantage in that game.
Could you always emphasis have you put on special teams this week just after last week's performance in that area?
We put the same amount we put every single week. It's been something that we had a really bad game against Stanford, and then we had a really bad game against UCLA, and we put emphasis on it every single day the same way. But on the same hand, you can't panic about stuff, and we have a lot of confidence offensively and a lot of confidence defensively. Make sure you have and I have confidence in what we're doing in special teams and who we're doing it with. I mean, we just got to get some things corrected, and but we worked exactly the same way we have every other week, and obviously you're always going to look at what you're doing whenever you have a game like that. You have to, but I look for our guys to be they're going to come and play and play great special teams this week.
Coach, you talked about discipline since you've gotten here. Is this a game where discipline can really come into play because it's such an emotional game and emotions are running high and the rivalry and the bitterness and so on?
Yeah, so I don't really buy into all that. This game is, you shouldn't be too high, you shouldn't be too low, you should be intense every single week. Is this game more important than any other game that we play? Yes, it is. We tell our players that. There's only one game that we put a sign up in the weight room when we play. It's the most important game because it's the most important game to our fans, to the heritage of our program, the history of our program. But that doesn't mean we're not going to act any different than we normally do. We're going to be extremely disciplined. We're going to be extremely poised. We're going to be physical and play the game the way the Sun Devils play it. So, I don't get all into all that other stuff. I think that's for the fans.
How do you avoid having an emotional letdown after winning a spot in the Pac-12 championship last week?
Just preparation. I mean, anytime anybody says that, it's an excuse. How can you not? I mean, how can you not get back up? I don't understand that. It's just like, having the big win over Utah. How did we get back up the next week? I don't know. We just did. You can't be emotional. You always got to stay, and that's what I like about this team. They're kind of staying in the same spot, and that they're showing maturity to do that. So it's hard. It's hard to win a championship, and especially hard to do it in your second year. But I believe these kids can do it because of that, because of how mature they are. I know they're going to bring it. I know how hard they're going to play, and I got a lot of confidence in that.
What do you think?